आपतामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् आर्तानामार्तिहन्तारं भीतानां भीतिनाशनं द्विषतां कालदण्डं तं रामचन्द्रं नमाम्यहम् सन्नद्धकवची खड्गी चापबाणधरो युवा गच्छन्ममाग्रतो नित्यं रामः पातु स लक्ष्मणः नमः कोदण्डहस्ताय सन्धिकृतशराय च खण्डिताखिलदैत्याय रामायापन्निवारिणे रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः अग्रदपृष्ठदश्चैव पार्श्वदश्च महाबलो आकर्णपूर्णधन्वानो रक्षेतां रामलक्ष्मणौ मङ्गलं कोसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनुजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन राम प्रेमामृतेन मे दक्षिणो लक्ष्मिणो यस्य वामे तु जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतिर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनम्। Vandan Karna, to do salutations, is a very unique culture, interesting high or high. Bowing down to elders is to reduce our ego. And one would say, why should we reduce our ego? Uh, in the world where we are today, the individuality is so strong. I need not have to bow down to anybody, right? So that is the way today's world looks at everything. I am independent. I stand for what I know. I don't need to bow down to anybody else. Life will beat you up. Then you will know that. So long as we think that we know everything, the world will teach you very much what you don't know, and not in a very soft way. The body that never bends to the knowledge, to the wise, will have a mind which never mends. So here, in this section, it is all about Vandan. We saw in the Surat there, I think, that is number 16. बंधव अवत बुवाल सत्य प्रेम जहि राम पद बिचुरत दीन दयाल Priyatana trana iva pariharavu. Some air is necessary. It's very stuffy here. Avada Bhuval, Bhupal, the one who is the protector of Avada. We saw that in the last session. Avada means that which cannot be fought with or destroyed. Vadam na vidyate iti Avada. There is no Vada. Or Yudhyam na Yodhyam Shakyate iti Ayodhya. So, Bandau, I salute Avada Bhuval. I salute Dasharatha first. Why? Satya prema jahi Rama pada. Jiska prem, Satya prem. In what? Rama pada. At the feet of the Lord. Hmm. And as I said in the last session, it is not that a father was bowing down physically at the feet of his own son, which is against the tradition anyway. But here, Ramapada, where does he keep it? In his own heart. And Dina Dayala Bichurata, when Rama went away, Priyatana Trina Eva Pariharavu. Like a blade of grass, he left his body, saying that Ram nahi hai to mera kuch kaam nahi hai. If Ram is not there, there is no work for me here. What do I do? That much of love he had that he could not even think of living a moment without Ram. That is why he was so reluctant to send Rama to belong with Vishwamitra also. He said, I am not ready to send it away. If you want, I will come. My whole army will come. But Vishwamitra is very clear about this, that I need Ram only, Ram and Lakshman only. Because he was planning for the future, how Ram will live, Ram and Lakshman will live. He did not ask for Bharat and Shatrughna, even though they were there at the time. They are going to live in future for 14 years in Bharat. They should get ready with that. So here, continuing in the Chaupai there, Pranavavu parijana sahita videhu jaki ram pada guda sanehu joga boga mahora ke vogoi rama vilokat pragatav soyi pranavavu padama marat ke Charana jasu nema vrangach mana jasu Yubhuta madupa ivata jahina pasu Bandavula chimani padala jata Sitala subhaga bhagata sukadata Raghupati kirati bimala pataka Danda samana bhayavajas jaka Sesha sahasra sisa jagakaran जो अवतरव भूमि भय तदा स्वसानुकूल रघमो पर कृपा सिंधु सौमित्रि गुणाकर रिपुसूदन पद कमल नमामि सूर सुशील भरत अनुगामी महावीर बिनव हनुमाना राम जास जस आप बकाना. And having saluted Dasharatha, now he is Pranavavu. I salute Parijana Sahita Videhu. I salute now the elder of the family of Sita. Sita ji, that is Videha. Videha is a very interesting story there. There was a king, Naomi. He tells everybody, you know me? So this Naomi, he wanted to conduct a large yajna. And for that, he approached Vasishtha. So Vasishtha said, I am already booked. Indra has some important Hanuman Chalisa, not Hanuman Chalisa, But Havan is been planned. I have to be there. I am officiating it. So we'll do it later. But Naomi could not wait. So he approached Gautama Rishi. And Gautama Rishi said, yes, we will do it. And a large yajna was being organized, and that was going on. And towards the end, by the time Vasishtha had finished his um, venture or schedule with Indra, and therefore he came. And he saw this huge havan was going on. First of all, he was upset because without telling me, this Naomi has done it. But at the same time, the Naomi was also not there at that time at the altar when he arrived. And he asked, where is he? He's supposed to be here. Had I been the priest, I would not have allowed him to just be away. It so happened Naomi was so tired after organizing everything, he was taking some rest in his chamber. So Gautama Rishi said, he's in his chamber. I just sent him away for a while. You did the wrong thing. You should not have gone. So he cursed him. When I came, you are not there, so you become bodiless. That is how he gave videha bhavishyati. So when, he was sleeping, and so when he got up and he went away, his sister went away. So Gautama Rishi said, the sister came, you are not there, you have been cursed. And as he was talking about it, the body disappeared. So this Naomi got really upset, and he was also very unhappy that this happened at this point. So at that time, the conclusion of the yajna took place, and all the devatas who were to partake all the all the ahutis, they came. So the Gautama Rishi and other rishis have pleaded to the devatas, saying that please do something. What happened? They narrated the whole thing. They said, if Vasishtha has given the curse, we cannot do anything about it. But for a short period of time, just to finish this yajna, we can give him a temporary body. So then, listening to this, Naomi said, no, I find it very difficult to get in and get out. It's very painful. Now, we all should know that now. Get in is also painful, get out is also painful. So, I do not want to, again get back to the body. Just let me remain as Videha only. They concluded the entire yajna, and then he did not have any progeny at that point. So Naomi, who was now Videha, Gautama Rishi and other rishis, they started to invoke him invisibly and churned in the fire, and they got the children, a son for him. And because he was born out of Mathanam, it's called Mitha, therefore he is called also Mitha. So Mitha is also a name for that Naomi. So, and that son that came out of him known as Janaka. Now the parampara of the entire that clan is known as Janaka, not that one person was there. Janaka is the name of all the kings in that particular dynasty. And because they are born out of Videha, they're called Videha. Videha is the name of the original king Naomi. And that is why Sitaji got the name Janaki, Janakaputri Janaki. And he was also born out in that place where the churning took place, that's called Mithila, Maithili. So, and also she is known as Vaidehi, Videha Putri, because in that Vamsha. So, this is the story about Videha. And he was a very enlightened. Later on, all those people who were born out of, in that dynasty, they were Brahmanishtas. All the kings, they are called Rajarishis. So, all the various Janakas, All of them are called Janaka. So we find this mention of Janaka in Bhagavad Gita also and various other places, and they all were highly evolved people. So here, Pranabhava Parijana Sakita Videhu and Jahi Ramapada Guda Sanehu. One who had Ramapada Guda Sanehu. He had a very hidden love for Sri Rama. Guda Sanehu. Why it is Guda Sanehu? Because even though he was living as a king, at that time, who was the very father of is known, his particular name of Janaki or Sita's father is known as Sri Siradhwana. That is the name of actually the Janaka there. Janaka being a dynasty, and his name is Sri Siradhwana. Siradhwaja. Siradhwaja was the name of the real name of the father of Sita. Joga boga mahora ke vugoyi Ram vilokat prakatav soyi. Even though he was in yoga and boga, in all these conditions also, he kept his love for Rama until he saw Rama himself. Rama vilokat prakatahi hui. When he saw Sri Rama in person, that very devotion and love he had became self-evident. That is why he was so particular that Sita ji should marry him only, nobody else. Because he had a great love for Rama. Even as he was born in Ayodhya, he had fallen in love with the Lord who was manifested there. Then Pranavam Pratama Bharat Ke Charana. Who else can be more beloved than Bharata for Rama? Rama had love for everybody actually, but Bharata is special love. And since he was the immediate next son in the dynasty, therefore Pratama Charana. Pratama, he said Pranava Pratama Bharat Ke Charana. I shall first salute the again is going down. So Bharat Ke Charana. So at first I will bow down to, after Rama, I shall bow down to the second son of the Dasharatha, who is Bharata. Jasu Nema Vrata Jayina Bharana. Jasu, jiska Niyama and Vrata. Jahanahi Bharana. Jayina Bharana. It cannot be possible ever to even describe the discipline and the vows that Bharata has taken. If Rama were to live in the forest with the frugal food and living in the midst of open sky, under the tree, lying on the grass, I will do this same thing. This is how he lived 14 years. Not in comfort, even though he was given all the facilities of a king. But he said, I'm not going to take this. And this kind of a vrata, not one day or 2 days, 14 years of tapas. And that tapas is indescribable. Jasu nema vratan jayina bharana. Ramacharana pankajamana jasu. He has kept in his mind only Ramacharan, the feet of the Lord alone, which is the lotus feet of the Lord alone, in his mind all the time. Like that of the bees, when they are so intoxicated by the nectar that they derive from that flower, they will never leave it. Lubutta, Madupa iva. Madum pipati idi Madupa. That which is like sushtu patum shakyati idu supaha. Supa is a Sanskrit word, I told you before also. Supa is Sushtu patum shakyate iti supaha. That it is easy to drink. Pa is to drink. Madhum pibati iti madhupa. So that which drinks the honey, and how that very bee is so intoxicated and it will not leave. In the same way, Bharata had kept the lotus feet of the Lord in his heart, never to leave it. That's why he said, Lupata Madhupa Eva Tajayina Kasu. He does not ever leave the proximity of the Lord. That is the reason why when he learned, when Kaikeyi said, oh, they all gone for 14 years, he almost fainted there because he came rushing towards Ayodhya, eager to look at Ram, who, according to him, would have by that time become the king, but then not. So his heart was completely shaken and broken. So that is the nature of Bharata. To his at his lotus feet, my salutation. Bandhavala chimeni padapa jalajata, Sitala subhaga bhagata sukadhata. Bandhavu, may I salute Lakshman. Lakshmina pada jalajata pangaja. Jalajata means that which is born out of the water, like the lotus feet of Lakshman. Sitala. Oh, we all think that he was the most angry person. He was angry about everything except Ram and Sita. Why? Because he was protecting them both so carefully. Anybody who came, after all, he was none other than Adishesha, right? So but snakes by themselves are very cold. But when you go near them, they will hiss because he belonged to him. Hiss. So they will immediately take protection. So here, Sitala, Subhaga. Subhaga means Sundara. Bhagata Sukadata. And he gives such an amount of joy to all those bhaktas. Sukadata, he is the giver of joy to all the bhaktas. And our Gurudev used to say the 1,000 names of Mahavishnu is spoken by the 1,000 hoods of Adishesha. 1,000 hoods of Adishesha is having the 1,000 names of Bhagavan Vishnu, and that is why he would say, when you chant 1,000 names of Mahavishnu, actually you are Adishesha himself. Like he served him, Raghupati Kirati Vimala Pataka. Bhagavan Sri Rama's glory is Kirati, Raghupati Kirati Vimala Pataka. The flag that is fluttering is the Kirti of the Ram, of Bhagavan Sri Rama, and the Danda is Lakshman. What a beautiful simile he puts it here. Raghupati Kirati Vimala Pataka Danda Saman Bhayav Jasajaka. So, his position or his nature is that he always kept the flag of Bhagavan's Kirti flying. What is the nature of the Danda? Janda, it's called in Hindi mein. What we have is not Janda, we have agenda. Anything that we have, anything that we do, we put our agenda first. This is my agenda. But this Sri Lakshman is one who did not have any agenda of his own, only Janda. And the pole is, just a pole is useless. That the pole has the flag is saluted. Is it not? So if you look at Lakshmanji, he spent so many years leaving everything, not cared about anything, only to serve the Lord. That is why he is called Shitala. Whenever we are serving anybody or serving anything with selflessness, our mind should become calm and peaceful and joyful. And joyfully doing is called true seva. करना है क्या, ये क्या प्रारब्ध है मेरा, ऐसा करना, ये शीतल नहीं होगा। रुद्रागो, so शीतल subag, so here is a danda saman, like that of a pole. One of the many things that can be said about it. First one, as I said, the pole by itself is of no importance until it has a flag. Hmm. And when you salute the flag, you salute the pole as well. In the same way, when we worship worship Bhagavan, we are actually worshipping all the sevaks also. It's the glory of the Bhagavan is the glory of the sevaks. If you come to a particular place, which is everything is clean and kept clean, you know that somebody is taking care of it. You like the place because it is clean and neat. And if you go to a temple and everything is there, then milk is there, this and everywhere, everything, you don't feel like you're doing anything there. Especially we Indians, very interesting people we are. In Singapore, when you chew even a gum, you will be punished for that. So we are very careful not to even open the mouth. And the moment you land in Chennai or Bombay airport, Mera Bharat Maha. क्यों हो रहा है? Because it's already dirty, let us say. I mean, now it is much better. But if it's already dirty, you will like adding more dirt to it. Why that attitude? Because when you keep the place in tidy and then clean, obviously your mind is following that same discipline. When the place is dirty, like your teenager's room, dirty and everything everywhere thrown here and there. And they put a board outside. Enter at your own risk. If anything falls on your head, I'm not responsible. Disclaimer. If anything is missing, I'll come after you. That is also there. So, seva karna, sheetal man se. Mind should become cool, sheetal, subhaga. So, that danda saman. And another meaning of danda is it has to be steady. That pole has to be steady. In the same way, not only serving, but steadily serving, consistently doing it. Not one day, next day, then not interested, the third day, half-hearted, fourth day, quarter-hearted. It has to be done consistently, steadily, with love, with joy. That's what 14 years of work of Lakshman. That's what Lakshanat Lakshmanaha idi katyate. Because he is an abode of all the Lakshanas, all the qualities of a sevak. So, he says, Raghupati ki irati bimala pataka danda saman bhayav jas jaka. So, that is why it is, he is considered as third brother, all right, but he was considered as the shadow of Ram. Like that of Shatrughna, the shadow of Bharat is the shadow of Ram. शेष शेष सहस्र सीर जग कारण जो अवतर भूमि भय तारण सदा सो सानुकूल रह भूमो पर कृपा सिंधु सौमित्री गुणाकर. And who is he? None other than Sesha Sahasra Sisa. Is none other than Sesha, Adi Sesha. It is said that Sesha very meaning is that which is left behind. Right? Sesha, Shishta. So that which is left behind. It is said that before Rama departed from his human abode, or as a human, he already went away. Lakshman first went. After Sita, Lakshman went. So because he has to prepare the bed for him there. He was lying down. So, and it is said that Adi and Shesha, that's a very interesting name. He was also Abhi. It was called Adi Shesha. Shesha Sahasra Shesha. He has 1,000 hood. As I said, that 1,000 hood cannot be sufficient, will not be sufficient to sing the glory of the Lord. And Sahasra Shesha. And interesting thing is, the snake always looks like this, but when it comes to Bhagavan, Bhagavan is lying down, he is looking at him only. He's not looking out. This is to say, the 1,000 names when we chant about Bhagavan Vishnu, our mind should be like Adishesha looking at him only. He's seated in you, seated in your own heart. So all the 1,000 names should be invoking the Lord who is seated in your heart. Sahasra Season. So, Jaga Karana is also, Karana here should be understood as Dharana. It is said that the entire universe is even supported by the head of Adishesha. This is how the legends believe. Puranas describe this. Jo Avataravu, he took the Dharana to remove and destroy all the fears associated with worldly living. How does he do that? His avatar only shows that if you serve the Lord continuously, there will be no fear. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Bhagavan Krishna also said, my devotees will never perish and I will take care of that. So here Sumitra Putra Saumitri, he demonstrated this, that Jo Avatara Bhumi Bayataran. If the Lord is kept in your own heart and serve him continuously, there is no fear at all. Sada Sada Sanukula Rahumo Par. May his grace be always be on me. That is what he's seeking, Tulasidas. Sada Sanukula Rahumo Par Kripa Sindhu. Very ocean of compassion. Saumitri Gunakar. He is none other than the very repository, the mind. Akara means mind. Gunakar is a very mine of all virtues. Here, guna should be understood as virtues, all the values. Values and virtues, value is what you appreciate, virtue is what you practice. I really value it. You practice it? No, then it is not of any use. That which you value, when you practice, then it becomes your virtue, your character. Ripusudana pada kamal namami Surasusila bharata anugami. Ripusudana Shatrugna Shatrum Gnanti idi Shatrugna. Gna means to kill, to destroy. Shatrum, he the one who is I salute Hanuman. Ramajasu up. Rama, Ram himself glorified. See, we find various gods. We have Ganesha and various other gods are there in a temple. Typically, if you go to a Rama temple, there will be Ganesha will be there, Lakshmi will be there, of course, Parivar will be there. But a sevak to become a god, that is only with Hanuman. So that is the beauty of Hanumanji there. And because of him taking care of all the issues which even Bhagavan could not solve, obviously Sri Rama was full of praise of him. Rama Jasu Jas Aap Bakhana. He himself has started to glorify the great devotee of him, who himself is considered as equal to that of. So it is said that Nakalasya na shakrasya na Vishno vittapasya cha karmani tani shruyante yani yuddhe hanumataha. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is said, Nakalasya of the time, na shakrasya, not of Indra, na pittapasya, not of karmani, straight work of kalabana bhadanadana jasu आरे बसहि रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय प्रणव पवन कुमार I salute the son of the wind. Pavana is wind. Pavanam karodi the Pavana also. It just purifies as well. Invisible is the nature of a sevak. Invisibly doing things. A true sevak of the Lord would be very modest and would not show up. Not show up means, they never shows up. No. It shows himself as I am doing this. Quietly, without anybody noticing it. Like that of what? Air. Can you live even for a few moments without the hair? Not hair, air. Can you? Is it not the invisibility serving everyone? Every living being, no living being can exist without his presence. In the same way, Hanumanji did everything but very quietly behind. To that Hanumanji, who is none other than Pavana Kumar, Pranava, what he would do, what does the air do? You would know when during the season, when we have fire season here, what happens to the fire? Fire starts at one place. Somebody arsenically they put that there also. They won't just want to enjoy it. And the wind comes there and spreads the whole thing. So, just like the fire can burn everything with the help of Vana Bhavaka. He is the one who destroys the forest of wickedness. That is why we saw in that Hanuman Chalisa, Kumati Nivara Sumati Ke Sangi. Once the Kumati is gone, once the wickedness in our mind is gone, Jnana Ghana, then he will become a cloud of knowledge. What does a cloud will do? Shower down the water, right? In the same way, he is like a cloud of knowledge. He will shower upon you only when the forest of wickedness is already burnt. Such a beautiful way of putting the words there. Pranabhavu Pavana Kumar Khalavana Pavaka Jnana Ghana. Shower of knowledge. Here, jnana should be understood as spiritual wisdom. He, the one who will give the spiritual wisdom when the mind is pure. Only a pure mind can retain the correct knowledge. Otherwise, we keep on reading, nothing. Swamiji, nothing I can remember doing. Because your mind has become very holy. In lot of holes. It just goes away. Like in a pot full of holes, you put anything, something, nothing is there. Why? Gone. Our mind has too many openings or dissipations, distractions. That is the reason. So, Jas Hridaya Agar. One whose heart is the abode. Agar means gar. One whose heart is the very abode of whom? Basahi Rama Sarachapadara. Where Bhagavan is standing there with bow and arrow. Chapa Sarachapada means there. In other words, what happens is beautiful. See that without the wind or the air, we can support the fire that burns away the impurities in our mind, then gives the shower of knowledge with your heart's tenant of Acharya Raja Angadadi ki Samaja Bandhav Sabrahaye Ajama Sazira Rama Rija Nisachara Raja. Now I salute to Kapipati, that is Sugriva, and Richa, that is the king of the all the bears, that is none other than Jambavan. And Nisachar, I also salute Nisachara Raja, that is Vibhishan. Angadadi Kisa Samaja, and the entire clan of monkeys, including Angada, Bandava Sabuke Charana Suhaye. May I salute the lotus feet of, this beautiful feet of all of them. And Adama Sarira Rama Jinitmaye. It is indeed very interesting that even though all of them had Adama Sarira, Adama Sharira means lower forms of existence. The monkeys, the bears, and even Nishachara. Nishachara means what? Night dwellers. Swamiji, my son and daughter who are now in the university, they cannot go to bed before 4 a.m. They are called Nishacharas, night dwellers, Naktancharas. So Nishachara, Naktanjara, there are some English, it's known as nocturnals. There is none other than Sanskrit word, Naktancharas. Nakta means night. Chara means to move about. So they move about and they become very active during the night only. So I do not know, during the daytime when the beautiful sun is there, everywhere the energy is there, they won't study at that time. Sleep. At that time they become Kumbhakarna. Night they wake up. So even though this, all of them, they have Adama Sharir, They had such a low birth, but all of them are included by the Lord as his devotees. So we'll see that in the next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet